Hello my reptilian friends, I'm Azalea, and today we're carrying on with some more Heart of the Woods. Last time we left off, things got a bit hectic. Maddie and Abigail had gone to see Tara and Morgan. They tried to manifest or something along those lines. Didn't exactly work out. And worse yet, Evelyn showed up, and Evelyn wasn't actually aware of these two. But she definitely is now. So who knows where that's gonna go. But yeah, pretty much sums it up. Also, really sorry that I wasn't able to upload on Friday. I'm currently recording this on Sunday. I was trying to record it yesterday to get this out, but some stuff happened I wasn't really able to. My sleep schedule's been a complete mess as of late. So, scheduling hasn't exactly been easy. Though it is nearly fixed, so I'm going to be trying to get these episodes out a bit more consistently again. But at the very least, this should be out tomorrow on the Monday, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's just jump right back in. The midday sun sits high in the sky, setting everything aglitter. The vibrant music of the forest, the pitter-patter of dripping snow, the chitter-chatter of birds, and the accompanying breeze is especially loud today. The events of yesterday are a forgotten nightmare, and so today must be a dream come true. Madison stands with her back to me into the church, facing the forest. Her head is tilted back ever so slightly. For the first time, she looks truly at peace. For the briefest moment, she's framed by the sunlight. Then, perhaps sensing me watching, she turns around and smiles at me, and I can't help but smile back. Without a doubt, the past several days have been the happiest of my extraordinarily long existence. Good morning. Did you sleep well? Yeah, I did. It's getting a bit easier. That's wonderful. I know that isn't true. That she tossed and turned and sighed until early in the morning. I know, but I understand. Whatever it takes for her to feel more comfortable, more at home. I wish that I knew how to help. For me, sleep was the last thing on my mind after I passed. I explored endlessly, backtracking over and over again until I knew every step of these woods. I made the most of my situation as best as I could, and rather well, if I do say so myself. What would you like to do today? Let's go back to that forest clearing, the one where the fairies live. I'd like to see it again. My soul sings that out of everywhere we've been, that would be the place she wants to return. I rush to her side, drawn to her presence like a magnet. Simply being near to her makes me happy. A part of my mind screams at me that I don't deserve it. The same way that she doesn't deserve to be so miserable. Still, I put on my brightest smile as I touch her arm. That sounds perfect. I'd like nothing better. Shall we go now? Yeah, sure. As is tradition, I lead the way out of the church and towards the forest. The trees and branches part invitingly, familiar and old. I ask the forest to take us to the clearing, and I can feel it ripple in response. Not physically, but in my heart. I know that the forest is listening. It's difficult to explain. So much of this existence has become habit and routine for me, that I keep taking for granted the difficulties Madison must be going through. The emotional turmoil, coupled with the way her own understanding of the universe itself keeps changing. I feel another pain in my heart at that. A stab of guilt once more, for enjoying her presence. Madison accompanies me unhesitatingly, her steps more confident than they used to be. We walk side by side. I relish the closeness. I wonder if it even crosses her mind. When we reach the clearing, Madison sighs contentedly, relaxed and easy. A tranquil expression settles on her face, like a masterpiece of art. I'd spend the whole day appreciating that look if I could. The groove's serenity is contagious. I also feel a little more at peace here. We head for the shore of the pond, as still and glassy as ever. I really love it here. It's so calm. I nod. Of course we've discussed it before, but I don't mind. I could listen to her talk about anything, for any amount of time. It actually reminds me of somewhere back at home. There's a little lake near where Tara and I live. Sometimes I like to go and sit down there to think. There are a ton of geese and ducks around too. Sometimes they won't leave you alone, so you have to just ignore them. I envision a flock of birds surrounding Madison, all quacking and baying for her attention. Maybe they want you to sing to them too. Madison laughs, sweet and subtle. It's the most beautiful sound in the world. Nah, they just want food. It's really popular to go down and feed them. Mums do it with their kids a lot. But then the birds get so used to it that they think every human has frozen peas for them. They must be disappointed quite often then. Yeah. She trails off, looking wistful. I'm sure that she's thinking of home. I try not to ask her much about her life before I met her, because I know that the memories hurt. To my surprise, though, Madison clears her throat and continues talking. I wish that you could see it someday. My home, I mean, in America. I think you'd like it there. I'm sure that I would. I'd love to see any place that you care so much about. All of the buildings and the lights. I try to envision what it might be like, but it's futile. There's so much that I don't know. So many things that I haven't seen. Trying to imagine it is like trying to imagine a color I've never seen before. No matter what she says, it's impossible to visualize. Even the memories I have of the few times I left Eisenfeld have long since faded. To me, the only world that exists now is the forest. I keep thinking, in your time, what would I have been like? Would I be the same person if I never fell in love with films? Films? Oh, it's like a play that you can watch any time. They're really compelling. I see. Madison moves her arms a little, looking like she wants to say more, but eventually just shakes her head. She smiles a bit sadly. There are so many things like that, films or events in history, that are so normal to me, but that I keep forgetting you don't know about. So if I ever say something that makes no sense at all, I can try to explain. There are a lot of things I've wondered about, it's true. For instance, sometimes I'll see great noisy machines up in the sky. Do you know what I'm talking about? Madison giggles again, but I don't know why. Yeah, those are called airplanes. They're kind of like giant carriages that carry people around. That's how we got from America to here. What? Don't tease me like that. There's no way something like that could fly. No, it's true. It's really true. They're the fastest way to get around the world. There are also these things called cars, which are more smaller and only fit a few people. But most people own their own car, and use it to get around. Do you have one? I do. Why not use that to cross the ocean? She laughs again, and I don't know why. At first I feel embarrassed. The gulf of knowledge that I lack nearly as wide as the ocean that she claims to have crossed. But then she steps closer, placing her arms around me in a light hug. Again, I don't know why. but it's lovely. I feel myself relaxing, leaning against her arms and just enjoying the closeness, the comfort, the affection. Far too soon, Madison relaxes and I regretfully pull away from her. She gazes up at the sky, and for a brief moment, I anticipate another lesson about the modern world. I've been thinking a lot about what you said the other day, about how you've never wanted to leave this place. Yes, I'm far too cowardly for that. And in many other ways too. I don't think that's cowardly at all. It's difficult to leave behind what you know and what feels safe. In fact, it's really scary. I know the two don't really compare, but before I decided to quit Tara's show, I felt the same way. Like I was afraid to leave. Just because I was so used to it being part of my life. But I decided that if I wasn't happy with how things were, that I should just take the risk and change something. Everyone has those worries though. That doesn't make you a coward. Madison half smiles, the side of her mouth curling up just a little bit. If we ever do find a way out of here, maybe you could come back to America with me. She's joking. I'm sure that she doesn't mean it, or at least not fully. And yet my heart flutters like a bird taking flight. Even after everything that's happened, that she'd even have concern for someone like me. She truly is the most extraordinary person I've met. And as happy as her offer makes me, it hurts like a knife in my heart, because I know that it could never be. I wouldn't deserve that kind of happiness anyway. Still, I smile back in kind. That might be nice. Would I have to ride on an airplane? Oh, definitely. People don't really take boats across the ocean for travel anymore. Not nearly as much. Pretty much everyone flies. Isn't that scary? How does something so heavy manage to stay up in the air? It's kinda scary the first few times, but you get used to it. As for how it's possible, well, there's all sorts of science behind it, but that would take too long to explain. Anyway though, you could stay with me and Tara. We've got plenty of space, or we could help you find your own apartment. There's a lot you'd have to learn about the modern world, of course, but it'd be worth it. And we could help you learn. Madison continues on, explaining this and that procedure we'd have to go through and how we'd overcome each obstacle. I play my part, smiling and nodding along. It's an easy role. It does sound wonderful. In fact, there's nothing I'd like more. Though at first I thought she was joking, she's being completely serious. That makes it hurt even more. Because I know it's impossible. I close my eyes to help hide the tears that have sprung there, unbidden. Fortunately, Madison doesn't even seem to notice. Her voice trails off, and when I open my eyes again, I see that she's looking past me, her eyes wide with awe. I spin around, fluttering about, far too early in the day. Are those the fairies you were talking about? Yes. A handful of them flit amongst the trees and lights, paying us no mind. They move like dancers, their motions fluid and in sync with each other. As one rises up to adjust a hanging light, another fairy weaves between branches, carrying something in its hands that I can't see. Though I only spy a few of them right now, I'm sure that many more are just out of sight, deeper in the grove or otherwise nearby. Madison watches them with unabashed awe. What are they doing? I shrug. I'm not sure. I've never seen them out during the day like this. Usually they stay hidden in their hive until the moon is out. They aren't like humans. They're something entirely different. Even though I've spoken with them before, I don't really understand them. Wait, they can talk? Like, they can speak human language? Yes. They aren't the most eloquent, but yes. I see. The only time I've talked with them was the first time I came to this grove, all on my own. At first, they had tried to drive me out, but eventually realized that I meant them no harm. Since then, we haven't interacted. They're part of the forest too, right? In the connected way that you were talking about before. Yes. She makes a sound of acknowledgement, but doesn't say anything more. Whatever implications or meanings that might have to her goes unspoken. Soon, the fairies disappear once more into the trees. Whatever business that called them here finished, they go silently, not even the hum of their tiny wings reaching us. After only seconds, we're left all alone again. They weren't anything like I expected. Really? How so? In stories I've heard, fairies are always smaller and look like little people with wings, not like what we just saw. And they usually live in flowers and fields, not the snow. But those are just stories, of course. I keep having to remind myself that this is real life, and that real life doesn't care what happens in stories. Madison looks down at the pond. Gently, she places the tip of her foot into the water. Of course, the water remains still, like she isn't even there. She takes a tentative step forward, still standing upon the water. It supports her effortlessly. Her hands are slightly outstretched, as if she might lose her balance or footing and fall in. She turns around to face me. I had an idea, actually, about getting out of here. Do you think that the forest spirit could help us? It's powerful, right? Maybe it could use its magic to make us humans again. We could even talk to it together. You'd seriously be welcome to go back with me and Tara. I'd like that a lot, actually. I can't look at her, can't meet her eyes. All I can do is nod, trying to smile, and hoping that she doesn't see my tears. I'd like that too. Perhaps it could help. There's certainly a chance. There isn't. Her face lights up. Even the prospect of leaving makes her happy. Great. Maybe we can plan together what the best way to ask it would be. I just nod again. It's all I can do. Sure. I can't bring myself to tell her the truth. That no matter what she asks, she says, there's no way the spirit can grant her wish. It's not just something that can be reversed. Her mortal form was destroyed by Evelyn, just shortly after I saved her spirit. As far as the rest of the world is concerned, Madison Raines no longer exists. Neither the forest spirit nor I have the power to remake her. There's no escape. Another morning. Nothing's changed. No progress. No hope. The only difference this morning is that Tara's still asleep. It's the first time I've woken up before her since we started sleeping together. I'm glad she's still sleeping. I can tell she needs it. I slip out of bed and dress silently. My next move should be heading to the shop. Sticking to routine is what's kept Evelyn off of our backs. For now. The instant I start thinking about Evelyn again, I'm hit by a powerful urge to climb back into bed and wrap my arms around Tara. Hold her for a little longer. I don't. She needs her rest, and there's still some time before she leaves. Somehow, thinking about that makes me feel even worse. I try to push the thoughts away, but her voice does that for me. Oh shit, what time is it? She's sitting up in bed and rubbing at her eyes. She's still wearing her clothes from the night before, or at least the top half. But her sitting up doesn't mean she's actually awake. It's still early. You can rest more. No, it's fine. I got this. I'm just going to go spend some time in the shop so nobody comes to check in on us later today. Get some sleep. I'll be back soon. You sure? I move back to the bed and kiss her on her forehead before lowering her onto a pillow. I'm sure. I'll wake you up when I'm back. Okay, cool. Thanks, babe. Thanks. Dead silence. I know what you meant. I'm out the door before either of us can say a word. I don't want to think about that right now. I just need to get to the shop. I'm so focused on that I almost slam into Evelyn the second I step outside. No need to rush, dear. My brain jumps to panic mode. Why is she here? She's never here in the morning. Did she come for us? The door isn't shut all the way. I could run back inside, grab Tara, get out. I know deep down that it's pointless to try. If she wanted us dead, we'd be dead. I don't know why she's sparing us, but if she changes her mind, we won't get a warning. What do you want? Her mouth curls into a frown. Am I not supposed to take an interest in my daughter's life? I thought you had outgrown that phase. I grit my teeth. The sight of Tara's body being flung into the wall. Maddie's room in the cabin, hauntingly empty. She doesn't have the right to even pretend to be my mother. I'm not your daughter. Morgan! I flinch as she raises her voice. I hate letting her get a rise out of me, but there's too many memories making me afraid of that sound. She just sighs and her features sink. She almost looks visibly hurt. Only almost. There's still something inhuman about her expression. Something I've never been able to understand. You can be so cruel sometimes. You weren't always. When you were young, you were the sweetest thing. You would never imagine the things you say to me so casually now. I clench my fists. Have to keep it together. My nails push slightly against the skin of my palm. As always, my fingers freeze before they draw blood. I'm going to work. My voice comes out as a rasp, and I cringe at the weakness of it. She puts her hand on my shoulder as I try to walk past. Work can wait, dear. I'm sure your customers will understand. I have something to show you. I thought since you were so desperate to see in my office, I could give you a little glimpse of what I keep in there. Evelyn drops her hand, her lips twisting into a sickeningly sweet smile. If you're not interested, however, I'm sure your American friend would be eager to join me. My blood freezes. I want to hit her. I want to scream at her. I'm not sure if it's fear or the curse she's placed on me that keeps me rooted to the spot. I can't even look up at her. She knows she's won, as she always has. I can feel her eyes on me as she waits for me to follow her. The moment passes, and she makes a sound of affirmation. She turns away. Now, come with me, dear. I figure out where we're heading after a couple minutes of walking. The forest. If she's taking me in there, then this could be it. Ah, here we are. I look back to the house for what I hope isn't the last time. What's going to happen if Tara wakes up and can't find me? What if she never sees me again? Tara. I mutter her name under my breath. Some dumb childish part of me hopes that she heard it somehow. It's better that she's not here, but I still wish she was. What was that, dear? Nothing. I ought to thank your friend. She's made motivating you so much easier. It's nice to see you caring about someone other than yourself for once. I'd almost think you were finally growing up, if you weren't so stubbornly holding on to your teenage rebelliousness. I don't say anything. I keep my face blank. 1, 2, breathing. She pays me no mind. We walk into the forest, past the initial tree line, into its depths. At least I know where we are. Or I thought I did. As we keep on walking, I realize that I don't know where we are at all. I don't recognize any of this. The trees are different. These aren't the ones I know. They aren't even the ones I saw when we started walking. I've walked this path dozens of times. There's no way I'm making a mistake. The branches blot out the sun even more than usual, and the shadows seem to blend around Evelyn. You can hear the creaking of old wood in the darkness. It almost sounds like the trees are moving. I've never seen the forest behave like this. I've never seen anything behave like this. As we walk, Evelyn keeps turning her head to glance at me, probably trying to see how scared I am. I don't let my expression waver. I won't let her in. She won't win this one. The things around me don't even look like trees anymore. They're too gnarled and rotten. They twist into shapes that should be impossible. They form walls around us as we walk, pushing us forward. I can't help drawing in on myself. It's like the whole forest is closing around us. It's getting harder to breathe. I feel like I'm about to be crushed by the forest itself. And just when I think I can't take it anymore, we break into a clearing. And in the center of the clearing is a beautiful radiant tree. It's actually green. Real, brilliant green needles. The trunk is so thick and sturdy that the bark makes it look armor-plated. The rich scent of pine fills the air. The shadows around us are kept at bay by a shimmering golden light. I can breathe again. Crisp, clear air fills my lungs. The awful sensations of the twisted forest are all but forgotten. I reach out my hand to it, but only reach. Something inside me tells me that I'm not supposed to touch it, that I'm not even supposed to be here. What is this? She ignores me, or at least I think she does. I don't turn around to look at her. I'm too transfixed by the tree ahead of me. I don't know how long I stand there staring, but after some time I notice the air around me change. My limbs begin to numb almost immediately. When I look back at Evelyn, she's glowing, an oily shimmer all around her body. And she's smiling at me. Smiling. You were so peaceful, so calm. I can't remember another time when you were so relaxed. I hate to interrupt it. Really, I do. But I only have so much time to spend here. Do understand. She starts walking towards me. That's when I see the knife in her hand. I try to open my mouth to speak. I try to move my feet away from her. I can't. Completely still. Impulse crashes against nature. My heart hammers in my chest. Every muscle in my body is frozen. I can't even shake. This forest spirit, it's so young. As small as it is, the power within it is enough to melt the ice in this place, to draw you in. You love it so much, even though you'd only just met it moments ago. A rush of understanding fills me. The warmth, the peace in this place. A haven from the cold, and we are the intruders. I always knew you were part of this forest, much more than any of the others. This confirms that. She grabs my hand and holds it up, examining my palm, running her fingers over its creases, as if it's like nothing she's ever seen before. I thought it would make you dangerous. It didn't. It made you weaker. She presses the blade to my hand. My mind screams at my body, desperately trying to get my muscles to respond. Your one chance at success, of escape, and you're weakened by it. She laughs to herself, like she knows a joke that I'm not in on. With a swift motion, she drags the knife against my palm. I stare in horror as blood trickles and pools from the open gash. Since you loved it so much, I wonder how it will feel for you to be the one to kill it. My strings are cut in that moment, and I fall over. The rush of sensations rush over me all at once. The pain, the cold. Ah! I scream out, clutching my palm. I turn and try to crawl immediately, my instincts shouting at me as I fall to my knees over and over. Get up. Run. Run. But it's too late. Evelyn grabs my wrist so hard I feel like the bones are about to break, and she swings me around and presses my bloody palm into the forest spirit. Before I can rip my hand away, I feel a voice bursting forth from within. Pain rips forth from my chest the more I try to hold the words back. I cover my mouth with my hands and stumble back in horror. But it's too late. An unexplainable sound fills the air. A hideous groaning. I know what it is. I do. I don't want to admit it to myself, though. It's the spirit. Blackness moves up the shining green needles. The calming aura disappears completely, and it's replaced by something else. Pain. It's pain. I fall to my knees as the trunk begins to twist into itself. Bits of bark fall into the snow. The rotting blackness creeps up from its roots, and the unsteady trunk begins to sway. The needles wither and die. My head is filled with its suffering. I hear a crackling then. A black tar seeps out from the bark, smelling of death. Morgan screams in pain and terror as the ancestral tree before her is killed. It bursts into flames. I try to hold my mouth closed. Incantations leave my throat, in a voice that's mine but yet isn't. Evelyn's standing farther back now, watching the scene before her. Her face is contorted into a terrifying grin. She's enjoying this. The crackling grows louder. My breath catches in my chest. And out of the corner of my eye I see Evelyn, hand outstretched. No, Evelyn, don't. Stop! With a crack louder than thunder, the spirit's trunk splits in two. A beat of silence follows. And then I hear the screams. It comes from all around me. Something crying out within the woods. A shrieking, earth-shattering wail. My heart breaks. It's not something in the forest. It is the forest. Somehow, the trees around me are screaming in pain. I'm screaming now. I can barely hear myself through the shrieking vortex around me. I can't look. I bow my head, still screaming as the fire burns. Even the fire feels wrong. It's cold, freezing. Fire blooms around the tree, shooting high above the tree line. In one giant, blinding burst, the tree is gone. All that's left is a circle of scorched earth. The burn is more intense than anything I've ever seen. It looks like it stretches down forever. Somewhere in my heart, I know nothing will ever grow here again. The screams start to fade. I slowly take my hands from my ears. Thank you for being such a help, dear. Really? Morgan looks back at Evelyn with gritted teeth. You're a monster. How funny. Your mother said the exact same thing. You really do take after her. I can't gather my thoughts enough to respond. The screams are still echoing in my mind. Never forget this day, child. In the brief time you have left, I want you to know for certain that you don't stand a chance at changing your fate. You never have. None of you ever had. And when the time comes for you to serve as my vessel, I'll make sure the next one won't either. She reaches out toward me and I prepare for the worst. But all she does is pat my head and ruffle my hair. You can find your own way home, I assume. I know how much you love these woods. She gives another chuckle as she turns and walks away, heading back into the shadowy trees. She disappears into the darkness. All that's left is me and the disgusting burnt circle. My mind is blank, numb with shock. Quietly, slowly, one thought begins to take form. She'll pay for this, no matter what it takes. She's tried to break me for years, over and over again. I've never let her, and I'm not going to let her do it now. I don't care how powerful she is. I don't care what she did to Maddie. She's going to pay, and Tara and I are going to make sure of it. We'll destroy her, once and for all. We'll leave this place behind for good, together, and nothing's going to stop us. I open the front door, and its weight drags me forward as I stumble inside. I prop myself up on the knob, trying to catch my breath. I can't. Tara must have heard the door, because her footsteps come booming down the stairs. She doesn't fall. I'm surprised, given that the last 5 times she ended up slamming into the wall. I keep telling her to be careful. This time I'm glad she isn't. Closing the door behind me, I finally manage to enter the kitchen as she rounds the corner. Holy shit, you're okay! I thought, when you didn't come home, I'm okay. Don't worry. It wasn't anything... I can't seem to finish my sentence. My head is swimming. I stumble again, ready to collapse to the floor. Let's go upstairs. You need some rest. Come on. Her voice is warm, quiet, and reassuring. I can't believe it belongs to the same girl that spends her days yelling about the Loch Ness Monster. But it's what I need right now. Thank you, Tara. Hey, that's what I'm here for. We're the dream team, remember? She flashes me a now very familiar wide-mouthed goofy grin. I can tell she's trying to distract me from the fear and worry I can see in her eyes. She's never been hard to read. But by now she's an open book. But at least she's trying. That counts. Come on, let's get up there. Tara holds my arm to steady me as we go up the stairs. I hate being like this. I'm not supposed to be weak. I can't be weak. I ignore the shaking in my legs and force myself to stand on my own. Even if I'm just walking to the bed to sit down, it helps. You just sit here for a minute and relax, okay? I'll go make some coffee or something. I thought you didn't even know how to make coffee. That's where the or something comes in. It takes me a second to realize that I'm laughing. Everything's gone wrong, but I'm laughing. Every time I start to lose hope, she makes me laugh. She's smiling again. It's genuine this time. I guess I'll take the risk. Thank you, Tara. I'm not good with words. I want to kiss her, to thank her genuinely. It's not the right time. I kiss her cheek instead. Tara hesitates, staring at Morgan blankly. Her eyebrows knit together into a look of worry. She doesn't say anything, just turns and heads for the kitchen. Maybe that was a mistake, but I don't think it was. A whirlpool of panic hits my brain the instant she leaves. It threatens to overcome me, crashing over my thoughts and pulling me deeper into its abyss. My breathing runs ragged. I close my eyes, counting to 100 as I've done so many times before. But it's not enough. The forest, Maddie, Evelyn, Tara. I try to raise my head above the water. I can't do this. After everything, with Maddie, with Evelyn, Tara shouldn't have to deal with my problems too. And neither of us has time to deal with all the feelings I know we're not talking about. If I'm a bigger part of the picture than Maddie, I know what that's going to lead to. I'll hold it in. I'll be fine. I shake my head. It's so much harder to lie to myself than it used to be. Those heavy footsteps save me from the mess in my head. Tara slips back into the room with 2 mugs of what I think is supposed to be coffee. The smell of coffee always makes me feel calm, but right now, it just makes me feel sick. Here we go. If the caffeine in this doesn't wake you up, then at least the taste will. As long as it doesn't kill me. No promises. I bring the mug to my lips and taste it carefully. It's not bad, or I'm just desperate. Either way, I keep drinking it. So, what happened out there? Did she hurt you? Not really. She just went on about how we can't do anything to her. It wasn't anything serious. Bullshit. I want to tell her not to worry, but I can't. Evelyn's laughter rattles around in my head the second I open my mouth. I place the already empty mug of coffee on my desk. I hear Tara's sharp intake of breath behind me and I spin around, my heart racing. Fear and worry reflect in her eyes as her gaze flits between my face and my hand. I look down at my own palm, still bleeding gently. It throbs now that I'm looking at it. With everything that happened, I forgot about it. Tara reaches forward and holds my hand between her own, applying a gentle pressure to it. Her concern is more than I can handle. I can't lie to her. I'm sorry, Tara. We've already got so much to worry about. I didn't want to give you more. I want to look out for you, Morgan. I can take it. The two of us sit silently for what feels like an eternity. Every sentence I try to form falls apart the moment I open my mouth. The screaming echoes in my head. But eventually, I do it. And then I couldn't stop. I was killing it. Tara rubs my hands, staying quiet as I continue talking. I feel my eyes stinging the more I speak, but I have to hold it together. It was burning. It was burning and dying. It was like the entire forest felt it. I couldn't stop the magic no matter what I did. And after everything was said and done, Evelyn, I feel a tightness in my chest. I've never spoken like this before, to anyone, not even to Galadura. She told me my real mother was just like me. I can't bring myself to continue. Voicing the implications out loud would make them more real than they already are. My real mother is gone, and whatever similarities we bore mean nothing now. All that matters is that she lost. Shit. Morgan, The stinging's getting worse. He probably doesn't know how much we know. She's trying to scare you. That means she's really scared of us. But pulling weird shit in the forest isn't gonna change anything. She can't understand. What do I tell her about the screams of the forest? That black fire. The trees were... I cut myself off. What am I doing? I already told myself I wasn't going to let this get to me. And here I am. Already about to lose it. I have to keep it together. You're right. Sorry. I shouldn't have made such a big deal out of it. Hey, that's not what I meant. I want to hear what you have to say. She sits down next to me. The stinging in my eyes isn't going away, no matter how many times I try to blink it back. You know I'm not the best at, saying stuff, or knowing how to say stuff. Isn't that your job? Yeah, but do I ever look like I know what I'm doing? She holds my hand as I chuckle. You've got a point. But I'm okay, I promise. It was just some cheap scare tactic. I wouldn't let something like that beat me. Like you said, this is just a sign that we're on the right track. Just because everyone else before us failed, that doesn't mean that... Morgan. Huh? You're crying. What? No, I'm not. Inch by inch, I reach up and touch my cheek. It's wet. I can't be crying. My eyes are still stinging. I've been holding it back. It's okay. You can cry. I told you, I'm not... My voice cuts off as I let out a choked sob. I'm not... Tears flow down my face for the first time in years. Each one burns my skin like a tiny painful reminder of how pathetic I'm being. I desperately try to wipe the tears away, even though I know it's pointless. They just keep coming. I squeeze my eyes shut instead, in hopes that it'll somehow force the tears back in. And then, once again, I feel Tara's arms around me. She squeezes me so hard that I start thinking she's trying to wring the tears out of me. I want to push her away, to tell her I can handle this on my own. I don't. I can't. I need her. Let it out. You know I've got you. I let let it out. I throw my arms around her and rest my head against my shoulder. All I can do is hope that the fabric muffles my sobs. She rubs my back slowly and presses her lips to my forehead. I already feel like I'm burning inside, but her warmth is different, soothing. My whole body shakes against Tara. She doesn't flinch. She doesn't say anything. She just holds me close. This isn't the girl I spent years watching yell about monsters on the internet. This isn't even the girl that stepped off the train a few weeks ago. Something about her being here changed her. As I cling to her for dear life, I realize that it changed me too. I can feel my tears start to slow. When that thought crosses my mind, I'm finally able to catch my breath. Tara's grip on me loosens as I stop shaking. When she takes her lips off my forehead, I have to fight the urge to pull her back down. I pull away and sit up instead. It's nice to be able to wipe my cheeks and actually have them stay dry. Looking at her now, I can see that Tara's face is stained with tears too. It's my fault. I'm sorry. Hey, it's cool. I don't think anyone on Earth or anywhere else would say you don't deserve a minute to get it all out there. If you say so. For what it's worth, I think you stand a way better chance than any of the people that came before you. After all, you've got one thing they don't. What's that? She breaks into another massive grin that the tear streaks on her face can't hope to tarnish. I know what she's going to say before she even brings out the finger guns. Me, obviously. I start to chuckle before bursting into laughter. Real, full laughter. Every now and then a sob slips in. I don't mind as much anymore. As always, she knew how to make me feel better. My incredibly humble savior. Hey, if I can stay on brand even under the threat of death, I don't deserve to be popular. I love that about you. I clamp my mouth shut the instant the words leave it. I don't know where that came from. Tara's expression makes it clear she doesn't either. Thanks. Yeah, no problem. We look away from each other. I do my best to focus on anything in the room that will hold my attention. Hey, can I say something? When I look back up at her, I can see that her entire face is bright red. As much as I love to joke, I'm 100% serious about you having something that they didn't have. More than one thing, actually. What are you talking about? I mean, you're really brave. Like, the bravest person I've ever met. You're smart, too. Hell of a lot smarter than I am. She scrunches up her face in that cute way she always does when she's trying to figure out what to say next. Which means I've seen a lot of it. You're all of the things that I act like I am. You're smart, you're brave, you're strong. You're not afraid to fight back against bullshit. You're beautiful, you're capable. You've been through a ton of bad shit all your life, and you're still fighting. Even against things nobody else out there believes. I spend nearly every day of my life thinking about the strangest things in the world, and I still couldn't have imagined someone like you really existing. If I hadn't watched her ramble for years, then I'm sure that by now she'd be incomprehensible. But I can hear every word, and I can feel my heart beating faster with each one. And you're just really awesome and fun to be around, and being here with you is one of the best things that's ever happened to me, and I don't want this to end, and You're in love with me. I'm in love with you! Wait, did I just... And she... We both sit in stunned silence. I try to tell myself that I don't know where that came from. Another lie. I've known for a while now. Just like I know that Look, I'm really sorry. I know we agreed from the start that we wouldn't catch feelings. I swear I've never had this happen before. She's a mess. But she's a mess I'm in love with. I get if you're upset. And I'm sorry for bringing this up while we've still got this other shit going on. And when this is all over, I can just leave and I won't make a big deal about any of it. And we can just go back to living our own separate lives. I grab her cheeks and pull her face toward mine before she even realizes I've moved. I bring our lips together hard and kiss her in a way I never have before. I don't know how to describe it. I just know it's something new. We've kissed plenty of times, but this isn't like any of those. It isn't like any kiss I've ever had with anyone. It's healing. It's grounding. It's incredible. It only takes a second before she kisses back hard. She grabs me again, and I feel her hands moving along the length of my body. It's like she's looking for handholds. I realize in the back of my mind that this is the first time we've had a kiss this deep without one of us putting their tongue in the other one's mouth. I'd laugh if I didn't have more important things to do with my mouth. We do have to stop for breath eventually. All we do is blow hot air into each other's faces for a split second before coming back together. This is too good to let it end so soon. One of us is crying. It had better not be me. We break to gasp for air. I love you too, obviously. Tara plants smaller kisses on my bottom lip as I speak. Yeah, I kinda figured. Saying it out loud feels incredible. It's like dropping weights I've been carrying for miles. I can feel everything Evelyn took from me coming back in force. I guess I really do have you after all. With an air of finality, we break apart but remain close. Tara presses her forehead to mine and nuzzles my nose. Tara is blushing hard while looking at Morgan, determined. I'm not going to let her hurt you. I promise. I know. We're gonna beat this thing, Morgan. We're gonna kick Evelyn's ass and we're gonna save my best friend. And when we leave this shitty village behind for good, I want you to come with us. Tara, I've been planning to leave Eisenfeld for years. Of course I'm going with you. She closes her eyes and does a little fist pump gesture. I know it's just for show. I laugh anyway. So, what does this make us? What do you mean? Are we, like, dating, or? She rubs the back of her neck and smiles awkwardly. I mean, it's been a while since I've done something like this, and this isn't exactly a normal dating scenario. I know what she's trying to say. We don't know what's around the corner yet. But right now, I don't care what's around the corner. Yes. Huh? I'd love to have you be my girlfriend, Tara. You're right. We don't know what's coming next. But I do know that no matter what, we're leaving Eisenfeld together. So let's leave it together. She freezes for a second, then she gives me a massive, goofy grin and throws her arms around me. Romance and wordplay. My mum was wrong when she said I couldn't have it all. We try to kiss, but we're too busy laughing. We fumble a bit more before we finally make it. So, girlfriends, huh? That's how it works, yeah. Awesome. Cool. Girlfriends. Yeah. You sure do have a way with words. Hey, I have other talents. Oh yeah? Like what? I already know she's about to kiss me, but I beat her there. My lips meet hers on the way up. The squeak of surprise melts away as we hold each other. We're still in danger. We still don't have any real chance at victory. We still have more questions than we do answers. But I'm not afraid. Not anymore. We're going to make a life for ourselves, somewhere out there in the world, and nothing's going to get in the way of that. I promise. And I think that is a good place to end today, and that is definitely a very good heartwarming moment to stop on. I really love just those two getting together. It's such a nice scene. I wasn't expecting it to affect me as much the second time around, since obviously this is the second time I'm reading through the whole thing. But oh, I love those two. I love them. They're so cute and just amazing. It's such a wonderful dynamic. That no matter what bad shit's going on, no matter what's being thrown at them by the literal monster, got each other and they're staying strong. And I love that. Anyway, that's where we'll stop it for today, and I'll catch you all next time. Hopefully I'm uploading this on the Monday. If I am, I'll be trying to do my best to upload sometime between Wednesday and Friday. Wednesday's when I would like to upload after this, but there's no guarantee. I know how my recording habits can be, especially with my sleep schedule still slightly out of whack, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.